h.e.r podcast. I'm Christina. This is Max, and this is Roseanne. Today we have our special guest, Leslie Sanai. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a singer, songwriter, and I'm currently just working on a project. I haven't released anything in a while, but I'm focused on more quality than just putting just anything out. I want to be proud of my project.
When did you start singing?
Oh, like from childhood, but I didn't take it serious because when you have like island parents, they just not with the whole what do you mean entertainment business? You need to be a doctor, lawyer. What
Typical.
Are you talking about? So basically, I suppressed that for a long time, and it wasn't until high school I started singing again. So I kind of started singing in high school.
Jamaican?
Haitian.
Oh, Haitian.
Oh,
so it works.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What inspired you?
To start singing again?
Yes.
Actually my producer. Because we were in band together. I was dancer, he was in percussion. So basically that's drumline.
Oh.
Sorry.
You have to give me the insight on that.
Drumline, sorry. So he was on drumline, and basically he just started telling me he does music. I'm like, oh, I sing or whatever. But I was joking, I wasn't trying to be serious. And he heard me singing. He was just like, yo, you're very talented. And he just basically started believing in me more than I believed in myself. So he started making me go to the studio and singing. And so that's really kind of what inspired me to start again. And then my love for it kind of grew again from when I was a child.
Wow.
Do you like compa?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Do you sing compa? Do you
No,
want to get into
I actually don't really speak Creole that well, so I can't get into it yet. But if anybody who was in the Haitian music culture, and they reached out, I would learn it real quick if you want me to have them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Though you more you understand it but don't speak it well.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
That's how most
That's how
Haitian
everybody
people are
is.
that are born here.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we should be sticking to our roots in our music, or inspiring it?
I feel like you always got to represent your culture. I do think that with me, I do want to represent my culture and let them know, Haitians aren't just I'm a So is the only song that we got, only Haitian culture got. So, I do want to represent my culture, of course. As far as doing Haitian music, I'm not sure if that's something that I would do. That's just not what I loved and grew up, and I don't think that's my calling. But I have a lot of people in my family who do Haitian music, so I'm I don't think I need to be a part of it. It's enough.
In the club, you know how they got different, everybody knows every type of reggae music.
Yeah.
When you tell somebody to play some Haitian music, they play the same.
They play that
Same
one.
same playlist.
The same playlist.
Yeah.
What is that? Two songs.
Sweet Vicky.
Yeah.
And
It's
really
either
just
I don't care or it's that. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah. And there's so much other music out there. Just people are not aware of it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I think people are more interested in listening to American music. I know different areas though listen to different kind of cultures. In New York, there's a lot of variation of culture that they listen to. Instead of listening to just American music, it's all island music, either Haitian music or Jamaican music. It's actually cultured over there. Down here, they come down here, they're like, where's the island music? And I'm like, they don't play that down here. It's all American music. You listening to, club trap.
It depends, because you got your little sections of it, you see soca parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's events. This is every time you go
you're
out,
talking about,
that's all they're
driving
playing.
okay.
Here it's you have to go to a certain kind of event that they're going to tell you specifically, this is what we're playing.
So, who inspired you into doing music as far as who you listen to?
Oh, who inspired me was actually Brandy. Brandy,
wow, that's a new one.
Yeah, a lot of people don't say her, but literally when I was younger, she was everything
She was
to
a
me.
superstar like that.
She was everything to me.
She was sensitive,
Moesha,
Moesha was
I had the doll. She had a doll. I had the doll. Literally, Brandy, her first album, I was listening to that, bumping it every single day, and I'm 4. It's because she had all the albums, and I would just play that thing till it broke. So that's really where I started singing at, because I used to love her runs and how she used to really just be authentic. So that's why we lived here.
You're
What?
from Brooklyn?
Mm-hmm.
What part of Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Crown
I'm
Heights.
from Crown Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Crown Heights, but I'm not really like
you
I
probably
wasn't.
moved when you was early.
Yeah, I
Same
moved
thing.
really young.
Yeah.
When I was like
So
3.
you can't really claim New York, really.
I moved back in 8th grade, so
Oh, that's
I
different.
kind of can, but I kind of can't because I'm always over there because that's where my dad lives. So I'm always in New York because I have lots of family over there. But as far as being raised, like I always rep
He's still
Broward
in-
because that's
he's
where
still
I'm
in
from.
Crown Heights?
Like,
Yeah.
He's still in Crown Heights?
Mhm.
That means y'all got money.
Well, no, because the
Nice
thing
over
is,
there?
No, the properties
yeah, a lot of the
and the city's just like big.
rich people.
Yeah, I
are
heard they're
starting to-
changing like all like slums areas. They're trying to
Yeah,
turn it.
investors are
Brooklyn is crazy.
renovating.
Brooklyn is
The investors are.
I've never seen so many like Caucasian people
nice. In Brooklyn,
Mhm.
in Brooklyn, and I went in November, and all I saw was like Caucasian people, and I'm like, I've never seen this before. Like that's why I'm like, I kind of like it because it's like integrating
Mhm.
now. Because before it used to only be like black people only. You don't see anybody of like, you don't see a lot of culture
Mhm.
out there, so it's nice,
I don't
and
know
it's
about culture.
less crime.
Mhm.
It's good. It's always good.
I seen a lot of culture out there. I see like New York is a city where everybody migrates to. Kind
No, of course. Like that's like their first option, like from at least from what I think, like island people, their first options
Miami or
are
Florida?
Yeah.
or New York.
It's like
Where
you-
we're
Or
integrated.
Canada.
And then we're culturally
Well, yeah.
diverse.
hmm But when I mean like culture, it's like more Caucasian people are coming because it was always just either you're Muslim or you're
Jewish.
Jewish or you are of the Caribbean island, any of them, because I've never met so many different islands like Grenada. I didn't hear that until I went to New York.
Too,
like I never heard of them until I was living in New York. Like because we don't have that down here. Like people from Florida being like, yeah, I'm from Grenada.
I'm
Like
not gonna
what,
lie.
from where?
I was talking to a girl. She's from where she said she's from Indiana, and she was like, she moved down here and she was like, in Indiana it's only white, Caucasian, black. She was like, she
Oh yeah,
comes down,
Ohio too.
and she said she comes down here and it's like
Different.
everybody's mixed with something.
Yeah.
Everybody this and that, and
No, I feel like we're like the most cultured areas, like New York and Florida.
not gonna lie, Jewish people. I went to New York one time and all I see, I went down one street, a block, straight Jewish people. They own that whole section. I was like,
Mhm.
yo, these people making
They're like
moves.
the investors.
They make bank. Like when I was in Jersey, like there was this one event and it was literally only Jewish people allowed. Like you couldn't even just walk in.
Only
Like,
Jewish
it's
people
like
allowed?
only Jewish. Like
They had a sign or
you
something.
had to be Jewish. Like literally. Not that they had a sign, but it's like you can tell that you're the outcast. Like you can tell that you don't belong here, and it's just they're gonna look like. Not saying that they're stuck up or anything like that, but it's just like you're not supposed to be here.
So you do R&B music, right?
Yes.
So who's the best R&B music artist of like your time, like right now?
Right now.
You know how they're like, who's the king of R&B? Who's
Like, who's the queen?
Yeah, who's the queen?
Kind of sparked up again. They got a couple of artists that are popping right now.
I think right now people, okay, because of course everyone would say like the queen is always Beyonce, but she's not doing R&B right now. She's doing like
Everything.
trap.
Yeah.
So I would say the queen of R&B right now, just of like now, like this year, I would say it's LMA. Because
Her?
she's
What
at,
about her?
Off of one
her
album
too,
though? Off
but
of one
I
album?
feel, but they're actually doing R&B. Like you have to think about who's actually doing R&B right now. Who's not just doing like the da 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 like
True.
singing trap ways, like singing like Young Thug, singing like Gunna, so that they can actually go ahead and be relevant and hype. And people are very focused on hype right now. Nobody's actually listening to a body of work right now. People are like, okay, what's the next hit single?
I think her name is Winter. What about her? That's her name?
Oh, her?
Icy?
Her
No,
is
no, I
A
see.
Winter from the show.
No, there's a singer. I forgot her name.
her. She wears shades all the
I think so.
Icy.
Yeah, her.
No, not her.
But
No,
LMA
like-
did have a
Wait,
great
oh,
album.
her name.
Oh, her.
I feel like
Whoa.
LMA.
She
The
had a
reason
great
I
album.
said
And she
LMA
has some good features.
because I love her, but her has like that, very Janae Aiko's like that kind of vibe. Like she's very, like in my feelings.
Summer
But
Walker, I said with
Summer
you.
Walker is good too, but I wouldn't
Summer
say
Walker.
Queen. I wouldn't say Queen for her. The only reason why I say LMA is because she reminds me of like 90s.
Mm-hmm.
She killed every
90s.
feature too, and it's
Yeah.
like everything's a hit. Like the whole
That's the only reason I say her.
like she's killing it. I'm not gonna lie. So she's the queen right now. You think?
I think of right now, like this year, if we're basing it off of just like last year, this year, like then I would say LMA is the only one really doing R&B, like actual R&B, like 90s kind of R&B.
Who's the king of R&B?
That I would say Chris Brown. I love Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown, he's so like underrated. Like they not giving him his props. Like he literally is always coming out with a single and it always goes platinum. Like
Consistent.
You cannot say that they don't give him his credit. And I just admire him, and I feel like everybody needs to stop focusing on his life and focus on his body of work because he's an artist. Why are you so worried about his life? Like, I don't care. Why do you care if like it's not your business? Like he became an artist, like a musical artist. Why are you so focused on his life and his background and what's going on? Like that's not what we're focused on, and everybody's just so focused on everybody's life, and I don't care about that stuff. Just listen to the body of work. Don't be checking for what did you do in your past. Like I don't care.
Does Jacquees make a what is it? Jacquees? Does he make a like? Is he close to being the king, or you don't feel like
Not in my eyes. I think that he's dope. I just think that he has a way to go to be like king because of the fact that Chris Brown actually does R&B. That's the only reason why I'm like, he's still king because he's still doing it like now. As far as women in the music industry, like singers, we're not really doing as much R&B. We're just trying to do music that's hype to get into the door.
So do you feel like EPs are like the thing right now?
Yeah, because I'm
instead
doing
of albums.
Yeah. I do think that EPs are what upcoming artists do. That's because of the fact that they're not really as built up yet to be doing albums, because you want to make sure that you're going to get sales. You want to make sure that you're going to get listened to. If you're doing an album consists of like 12 songs, 12 or more. If you do an EP, it's 6 songs. It's 6 songs that are really good that like, okay, this is my 6. This is what I can fund. This is what I can fund for promo. This is what I can do. So I think it's all about strategic ways of putting out your music. So that's why EPs are like the thing right now, because it's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that, I get this listened to. This is going to get me up. And now after I do that, they start working on albums.
Do you feel like on the radio that radio is like dying out for helping artists that are actually talented beyond?
I do think that. I feel like radio kind of died a long time ago. I think that it died a long time ago because when you were younger, you used to hear different songs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear different songs. We hear the same song.
Same 10 songs.
Every hour is the same song. Like, it's always the same thing. You never hear like, this is this new artist, blah, blah, blah. Like, you don't hear that anymore. It's always like, new LMA, new J. Cole. J. Cole they play that same J. Cole song. It's fire though, but it's just like they play that same,
They play Middle Child?
That Crooked Smile song.
Crooked
They play that all the time. All the time.
Last 5 years.
They've been playing that forever, and I just think that radio is not really helping new upcoming artists because of the fact that they don't look to play new music. They want to play the same thing because they want to play what's going to be heard, because of the fact I feel like radio is kind of dying out. Because all these streaming sites, we got
you don't need to wait for your song to
what
come
platform
out.
do you think is most successful for like artists? Like right now, out of those, what would you say is most helpful for artists to feel?
I think that there's not really one, because when you when an artist goes to a distribution company, they put it on every single platform for them. So it's not like you have to go to them individually, because the distributor goes ahead and puts it on everything. As far as every single different like stream site has their own, their pricing of like the percentages and everything, but I feel like they're all pretty good because they literally put them on like Tidal, they put it on Apple Music, they put it on Spotify and everything. But as far as streaming goes, it's like, yeah, streaming is cool, but it's not really getting money.
Yeah, and what about like the label versus being independent?
That is kind of what is hard for me because I think that what an artist should do. I'm dropping gems, y'all. I'm sorry because like this is what I've studied. I've studied the music business, and this is what I've been doing. But okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and drop the gems, whatever.
That's what we do
Keep
here.
it to
Come
myself.
on, that's what we do.
But what I feel like is important is that an artist needs to build themselves up first. If the label has to do everything for you, that's how they control you. If you already build yourself up and you have your following and you have your fan base, the label cannot sit there and be like, oh, I have to spend this much on you, so you're gonna have to pay me like this, so you're gonna have to give me all this, all this studio time. Like I'm paying for all this studio time, and I'm paying for all of this, and I have to pay for your styling, and I have to pay to promote you, and I have to pay for this and all this stuff.
Music video.
And basically make them your funder for your music and not for your image. Because if all they have to do is pay for your funding like to promote you, then that's better than them having to actually build you up, like get your face on TV and get your face out there. If you already have your fan base, what more you're offering them more than somebody who doesn't have anything, because now they have to spend more money to build this person up, meaning your contract is all the way crazy, meaning they have control of your whole entire life. If you literally have something to work with in the beginning, then you kind of run how everything's going to go. Like, look, you're only paying for my studio time, you're only paying for my videos, and you're paying to get this stuff distributed. That's what you're paying for. That's what you're here for. That's all I need you for. I don't need you to do anything else.
With social media now, you don't really need a marketing team.
Exactly. And that's what the labels normally have to do, is pay for your marketing team, and they have to pay for you to look good and make sure that you're in the finest hotels, because they have to make you look like somebody, because all this stuff is for show. Like, I can literally make it seem like I've been doing so much things, because if I go to the studio right now today and I go with 5 outfits and I take different angles, I can go ahead and post on social media and make it seem like I've been in the studio working like a lot when I really haven't been doing nothing. It was that one day. It's all show. Like, social media is all about show. It's how you finesse the game and make it work for you.
So fake it till you make it.
Yes, you fake it till you make it. That's literally all. Do you really think these people are lying to us? Okay, on social media, they're lying. They're not doing all this stuff. It's literally these models and stuff. It's all about, okay, I'm gonna go get these 5 outfits, 7 outfits, so I can have this one day where I take all these photos in different locations, and I'm going to post them every single day. I have a new photo for every single day. And that's building up my social media, that's building up my engagement, that's building up everything. And now I have a whole following. And now, so whatever I want to do as my business, I can go ahead and do it, because I have a good following and I really don't even put that much work in.
Do you feel like you're gonna have to start being more like freaky and dressing more lustily a little bit?
Absolutely not. Like,
You don't think
no.
sex sells?
Sex does sell, but I don't feel like I need to do that. I just feel like I'm going to continue to be me, no matter what. Like, it's either take it or leave it, because either way I can be independent because I know business, or you can take me as I am and take what I have to offer, because at the end of the day, yes, sex sells, but I don't need to sit there and be like Tatiana on Instagram to go ahead and get like all this stuff. I'm here for my talent.
What do you think of the artists that are like Blueface, that are out here on this platform getting all this attention and feeding out such negative frequencies to our generation?
I kind of feel with him.
I don't.
You fuck with Takashi.
I just.
You like this new age stuff.
I want to know what you
gotta
feel.
get with the
Like,
times,
what's
man.
your what's? Yes, we're about adapting and adapt or die, right? In this generation.
I feel like it's.
But how do you feel about the music itself and what it's giving us? There's no substance. What do you feel about it?
I feel like there's no substance. I feel like we lost the real reason why people did music in the first place. Music was always like an outlet of what you're going through, and it was always relatable. I can't relate to you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, all they talking about is scamming. People talking about scamming, or they talking about like killing people, or we talked about that in the past and stuff like that. But it's like they're talking about it, but they're not really living that life.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, like you're really like you just talking about doing stuff that you ain't doing, and then all of a sudden like now your music makes no sense to me. Like, it makes no sense to me because now, okay, you're talking about getting all this money, but it's not really your money, it's scam money. Then you're talking about like, how you'll kill this guy, but you're really not gonna kill that guy. And then you're just talking about things that really don't make no sense. And then the mumbling.
Oh, the mumble rapper.
The mumbling is just like, okay, like I can't even like word for word sing your song with you. Like, I can't sing along. It's more like the, you just gotta bob your head. Like, not saying that I don't like the songs, but I just feel like right now in this new age, we don't have substance. We don't have anything to really give to the kids that's like, oh yeah, like this is what you should be doing in life and helping yourself and growing as a person. It's like all these kids are like, yeah, like let's go ahead and scam too. Like, come on now, no, don't do that.
How old are you?
I'm 23. I'm turning 24.
Oh, so you have like an old soul.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like our generation, because I'm around the same age, I feel like that's how we have a different way of thinking, and we grow up differently. We didn't grow up with like the 2000 babies and stuff like that. So
Sure.
everything's different. But I wanted to end this with a question. Should the price of your engagement ring be based off of your income?
Engagement ring?
Or would you care if it's a small rock?
No, it depends on where we are in life. Let's be clear, like, because I have to explain this. 'Cause, look, okay, if right now you are not making as much money, and I'm not making as much money, but we love each other. How am I going to expect you to get me like a giant rock? So I understand. But if we are established and you're established, I'm established, and you try to give me like some petty rock, it's just like, did you care? Like, did you put thought into this? That's the only reason I would say like, okay, like this rock is like really small. But if that's what I'm saying. It really just depends on where we are in life. I do think that the size of the ring matters. I'm not asking you to get like Gucci Mane. Like, I hate that ring. That ring is ugly. Like, that is ugly. It's way too big. Like, give me a normal. I feel like I'm not even asking for too much with telling you to get me like a normal size ring. I don't feel like I need like a gigantic ring, but don't give me no pebble.
Yeah.
Like, don't give me a pebble. So I do feel like the size of the ring.
Don't you girls always talking about this?
Based
the
on
thought,
the
the car that counts. It's the thought.
Yeah, the
that
thought
counts.
that counts when you were broke. When you were broke, like if we're broke, okay, and you want to marry me still as we are broke, and you want to build together, then okay, I'll take this ring for now. I assume maybe you would want to upgrade it later. I feel like that's not bad. Like, I just don't think that's bad, because at the end of the day, it's like I was here riding with you. That's like the thought that counts. If we're both established, like you're making bank, I'm making bank, why are you getting me a small ring?
So basically, he has it. You care, like
if you have the money to get me a decent ring,
something you like.
Yeah.
That's not
Give me
bad.
the decent. That's not too much to ask for. That's normal to me. I feel like that's normal. If you're making bank and I'm making bank, and you know what I like, and stuff like that, and I'm not the type of girl that wants like a huge, bigger than my finger type rock, then why not get me a normal, like, regular size ring? I don't think that it should be a problem. I don't think it's asked for too much, and I don't think she's a gold digger for expecting it either.
So when is your EP coming out? Like, do you have a date?
I don't have a date, but I am thinking more like May, summerish.
You got a summer vibes.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. And where can we find you, like, on social media?
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Leslie Sanai. So LeslieSanai. Follow me. I follow back.
Hey. And YouTube.
YouTube, Leslie Sanai.
We gotta see you more on there too.
Yes, I am. I'm about to be posted. I'm like so excited. You don't understand. Things have been done in the background, but I haven't just been putting it in the public yet. But it's about to happen, like a multiple.